dedicated because of your fear of God. The same thing with her. Because of her fear of God, she was honorable to her husband, to her children, to her household, and to her community. Can you be a virtuous woman like that? That's a virtuous woman. Through and through. And the one thing I like about Proverbs 31, has 31 verses. Proverbs 31, 31. And it's the last book of Proverbs. But it ends with the number of the book ends with the number of verses that it has. God does little things like that once in a while. But that's what we see here, this virtuous woman. So I say to you, women, be this woman, especially our young women. Don't try to emulate her because you're going to mess up. Let this get in you. Let it get in you. Because if you try to emulate her, you're going to get frustrated, mad, angry, and you're not going to do it because you're trying to rote, do something. No, just let it get in you. Just read it and read it and read it and read it and let it get in your spirit and let it become you to where it becomes you, to where it just becomes you. You just start walking in it and it just becomes you. And it becomes innate in you. You're not trying to perform something, it just becomes you. That all of those qualities just become you. But you have to absorb that. You have to want that. So those qualities will get within your spirit and they become you. And you won't be emulating something. Instead, now you will be it. That's what God is. Because if you are that type of woman, the man we're going to talk about next going to be looking for you. Just like Lemuel. Mom already told him, don't you go searching after all them other women. Don't you go looking for strange places. Don't you go get in the wine and drink and all that stuff like that. That's what those first 9 verses was all about. Because you have to present yourself in such a way too. If you're going to find this woman. Because see, she's not just going to go with anybody. See, that's what she was letting him know. This woman doesn't just go with anybody. And not just anybody finds this woman. You have to present yourself. And his mother was telling him, this is what you need to do. You stay away from that strong drink. You don't go chasing after skirts. You don't do things like that. You don't have to go and do things that's in error or wrong. You don't have to present yourself. No, no, no. You need to make sure that you have this character. So that when you find this woman, you will be ready to receive her. Because it takes a man, an Ephesians 5 man, to receive this woman. Or else you'll kill her. Same thing with the Ephesians 5 man. He wants to find a virtuous woman. Or she's going to kill him. And that's what we're going to talk about. She's going to kill him. If he's not ready, he'll kill her. Because he'll take advantage of her. He'll mess her up. But if he's an Ephesians 5 man, he can't. Not that he won't. He can't. Not if he's an Ephesians 5 man. He can't. Because of the qualities that he's going to possess are going to match the qualities that she has. Because that's what he's looking for. And that's what she's looking for. So he's going to seek her out. He's going to find her. Who can find this virtuous woman? In Ephesians 5 man. That's who's going to find her. Any questions? Comments? Scholars? Y'all had nothing to say? No input? No words words of wisdom, things to go along with. Huh?
You can't touch it.
I guess that must be it. It must be like that. You gotta absorb this, take this in. Oh, that's what's going on. Okay. That may be something else we got.
I'm sure we do some of it.
Huh?
We do some of it, and some of it we don't.
Uh-oh.
And that's what, that we don't, we got to get it right.
Okay.
That's just it.
That's the way it goes. That's within our lives always. That which once we come to understand and know the truth, see, then it's time for us to do the truth. That's all it's about. That's what God brings us into that relationship. I'm short in some area. I know I got to get me right. So I got to go down on my face. Say, okay, Lord, I see it now. I got it. That's what I'm supposed to do. Okay. Kill that part over there. I'm going this direction. That's right. Because once you learn to do better, I'm supposed to do better. I'm supposed to walk it. I'm not still basking in that stuff. Well, I'm just not going to change. That's just me. And I'm not changing. Really? No. Then I'm going to die just being me. No. I should always be willing to grow. To cut off those things that need to be cut off and grow. So I can be what God would have for me to be. And that's what we need to think of as saints. That's all it's about. It's understanding correction, taking the correction, and going with it. But it's a difference to hear it and to don't do it. Don't make, oh, I'm just going to be me. I'm not changing anything. Then to hear it, understand it, and then start putting it in practice. Say, okay, that's not me. I haven't grown to that level yet. Or in that way, but I need to. Because I know this is pleasing in the sight of the Lord. I've got to do this to please God. So that's what we do. So that God will receive the glory. Because it's all about God receiving the glory, honor, and praise in our lives. So we have to give ourselves over to Him and be willing to learn, to grow. And it's not a bad thing to grow. It's a good thing to grow. That's what we're supposed to be doing.
I don't know, but to me, one of the first things is when you become a Christian is the first thing is you got to have a teachable spirit, because all the things that we thought that we had heard and stuff, it's stuck in your mind. But when you become a Christian and you learn better, you got to have a teachable spirit in order to have that stuff removed from you and do what the Word said.
That's the key. What the Word said. Not what somebody else said just because they said it. No. What did the Word say? And they can't guide you in the Word or take you to the Word or base it upon the Word. Then that's not what you need. Everything we need is in the Word. And that's what we learn, grow by, and everything else. So Lord willing bless, on next week, we're going to start getting into this man of love. This man of love. Jerry like that one. That's what we're going to get into. Because this man is a lover. But we're thinking about wrong kind of love. See, he's a lover. Because that's what he's supposed to be. That's what God made him. A man of love.